This be the scariest things tag. So I'm like obsessed with doing tags right now because I'm bored and I have no idea what kind of videos to post. So yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch of tags. But alright. So scariest real life experience. Probably when I don't know. Does it have to be like scariest thing that's ever happened to me? It's probably when I was little and there's these thing, yeah, I'm sure people have heard of a tilt-a-whirl. It's like one of those rides and it spins around but it's tilted and it goes up and down like this and you're in these big things that spin too. Well, there's a gap about this big in between the part of the ride and then the part you walk around to pick where you're sitting. Well, I was about 8 or 9 and I was wearing flip-flops and my foot went straight down in between those. It's pretty scary, but I didn't break anything, so it was kind of weird. Alright, scariest paranormal experience. I would probably have to say, I don't know. No, I know what it is, but I don't know if I should talk about it. But, I have two, I guess. I was going to an abandoned one with a few of my friends, and we walk in the building and we hear all these weird noises and it sounded almost like people were talking, but there was nobody in there. We didn't even last in there 2 minutes. We ran out of there like crazies because of what we heard. And then the other one is I went down to this place and it's called Zombie Land. The story is that there was an asylum that burned down and there's a bunch of people killed in it. So I guess the thing is like people are there watching you. But I just got this really weird feeling when I was down there. Have you ever known anyone convicted of a violent crime? No. Am I afraid of the dark? Yeah, definitely afraid of the dark. I don't know. I guess ever since I was little, I just don't like it. I've always slept with the TV on or the nightlight. I don't know. Anytime I sleep in the dark, I feel like I'm being watched, and that just freaks me out. Does your hometown have any scary stories or legends? Yes, there's a lot of them. In Pittsburgh, there's Corvette Tunnel, which I guess there's this tunnel somewhere in South Park, and if you and people obviously were in a Corvette went through and they died in the tunnel, but now they say that if you go and honk your horn and flash your lights into the tunnel, that the Corvette and the ghosts of the people that were in it would flash their lights and honk back at you. There's also the legend of the glowing man. He was struck by lightning or something, and now he glows. Like, when I say he glows, I mean, like, he's like... Hold on. He's like that. Oh, that's not the right color. What was that? That didn't work like it was supposed to. But he's like... this color. And people say that he used to live right down the street from my grandfather, which I think is really weird. But, yeah. What's your favorite urban legend? I don't know if this is an urban legend, but the legend of... I don't even know if it's a legend, but the story of Jeff the Killer. It's my new favorite. I just think it's... I know what it feels like to be bullied, and I know what it feels like to want to snap. I don't know if I could snap like he did, but I don't know if any of you have ever heard it, but Jeff and his brother were at the bus stop the one morning, and these three guys came up to them and tried to take his brother's wallet, and his brother's like, oh no, please don't do it. And Jeff's like, give it back. And he wouldn't. So Jeff beat the crap out of all three of the guys, and they ran. And Jeff's brother got put in juvie because Jeff stabbed the guys, one of them or two of them, I don't know, but he messed them up pretty bad. But then his brother said, no, I did it, so Jeff wouldn't go to jail or juvie or whatever it was at the time. And then a couple weeks later, they let him out. No, they didn't. No, never mind. They did let him out a couple weeks later, but they were at a birthday party. Jeff was at a birthday party with his parents, and these boys showed up with guns, and they went after him, and Jeff snapped again, and he lost it, and he ended up in the bathroom. After he beat up two of them, he ended up in the bathroom with one of them, and this kid's laying on the ground dying. And at that point, Jeff had been hit with a vodka bottle, and bleach had been poured all over him, and this kid starts laughing, and Jeff's like, why are you laughing? And I guess he threw a lighter or a match, and it set Jeff on fire, and he ran down the steps and screamed, and he ended up in the hospital. He had burns all over his body, and he woke up, and they took the bandages off, and his brother was there, and his mom and dad were there. They took the bandages off, and his face was like leathery, and his lips were really pink. And a normal kid that would have third-degree burns all over them would be like, oh my god, what happened to me? Why am I so ugly? And he said, I'm beautiful. And he loved it. And then he went home, and his mom walked into the bathroom and saw him. He cut right here. He's like, Mommy, I couldn't keep smiling. It started to hurt, so now I can smile forever. And he cut his face so he could smile forever. And he burned off his eyelids. He goes, Mommy, I started to get tired, and me closing my eyes, I couldn't see myself. So now I can look at myself forever. And then that night, after that, his mom ran in to get his dad and said, honey, get the gun. Your son lost his mind, and he killed him. And he comes into the room and goes, Mommy, you lied. Killed his mom. Gutted him. Gutted his dad. Gutted his mom. And then his brother, he went into the room with his brother, and his brother woke up and found him. And he's like, and Jeff runs on top of him, covers his mouth, and says, shh, go to sleep. So that's the kind of the story that, and again, there's a whole big thing about it on Facebook, and you can find stuff all about it all over the place. I don't know if this story is true or not, but and it says that they've never found Jeff. Well, if he's out there, it's pretty scary. At least I think it is. But yeah, I guess it's a legend. I don't know. But whatever it is, I think it's pretty cool. And the last question is, what's your scariest nightmare? For me, it's not really a nightmare. I'm obsessed with zombies, and the idea of the zombie apocalypse actually happening is pretty freaking sweet. And like, I have a whole plan and everything. I'm weird, and I don't care. But it's not really a nightmare. Part of it is, I guess, because it feels so real, but most of it's not. But, well, yeah. So there we go. That is my scariest things tag.